Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and today I was driving to work, and what did I see on the road? A Toyota Supra. I didn't realize they were out. Apparently they've been out since late last year, so that would be 2019. So I rushed over to my Toyota dealership to go see if they had any in stock, and they actually had three. They had the silver one, and a black one, and they had one up front. I forgot what color offhand. But this one is the one that caught my eye. I like the silver. I always kind of like that. So it is definitely a nice looking car. It has really good lines. The wheels are nice. It's got nice looking brakes. The back looks nice and clean. It's a very clean look. I would even say sexy look. It has, like I said, there's nothing like over the top. I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely subdued or anything. It still looks like you're showing off a little bit, but maybe not to a point of like, let's say a Mustang GT 350, which we're going to compare this to. But this is a two-seater. The Mustang is a four-seater. The lines are clean and slick. And look at those wheels. Beautiful. I like the red brake calipers on here. Of course, they're just Toyota brakes, but nonetheless, I'm sure they work great. This one here says 26 miles per gallon average, which is pretty good for a vehicle with this kind of performance. This was a $56,000 car, 335 horsepower, weighs 3,394 pounds, 0-60 in 4.1 seconds, and a top speed of 155 miles an hour. This is the interior. So the guys were nice enough to open it up for me over here at Mark Jacobs Toyota in Durham, which were very nice. They were really cool. They were quick. They were slick. And no problems. I told them right away I wasn't buying a car, but I wanted to take a look. Interior is nice and clean and elegant. Not over the top fancy like a foo-foo Lexus, but real, I don't know, I'll say it's nice. It didn't feel cheap by any means. It didn't feel super rich in texture, but it was definitely clean. Definitely has a nice modern look to it. Carbon fiber probably is fake, but still looks good. The infotainment system was nice and sharp and clean looking. Seats were very supportive and comfortable. Of course, I didn't get a chance to ride it. There's a little storage in the back with with your subwoofer, but you can put something back there, I guess, like a duffel bag or something. Love the controls, nice and modern looking. And the trunk. The trunk was actually surprisingly big. It's kind of a narrow entrance, but it kind of kicks in on the inside, so you could. I think it's deceptively small. I think there's more room. Or deceptively, yeah. It seems like it's small, but it's bigger than it looks. Engine is clean, but you can't see anything with the cover on it. So I wanted to take off the cover, but they were going for that. Okay, now let's go over and check out the Mustang. Now I thought it compared to the Mustang, but it really doesn't. They're two different type of cars altogether. This Mustang is a lot more flashy. It's a lot more purposeful, I guess. This is a Shelby. The badges look great. It's a great looking car, but it doesn't really compare. The paint on this car was amazing. It was so shiny and just like candy. It looked like you wanted to lick it up or something. It looked like it should have flavor. Had Brembo brakes, and these brake calipers? No. Brake disc are huge. I'm sure this thing could stop on a dime in the front and back. The back brakes are huge as well. They look really beefy and like mechanical looking. You know what I'm saying? They didn't seem foo-foo in any way. They seemed like it was like if you bought a Mustang and you start piecing together all the good parts, aftermarket parts, and you put it together. It looked like it was like I don't know, not from the factory. It looks like it was from a performance shop. That's what it looks like. Which is a good or bad thing. It's good if you're into that aftermarket look of a car, but the Supra looks like it was designed in-house. It looked like somebody had the whole concept and it flowed really smoothly. Whereas the Mustang seemed like they pieced it together, upgrading an existing model. You just buffed it out and beefed it up. So I don't think they compare or they compete with each other because they're going to go after two totally different kind of buyers, I believe. The Mustang looks like somebody that's really kind of showing off and wants to race. Whereas the Supra looks like it will go to a person that likes a performance car, but also likes a cleaner, more sexy car. I don't know. Something, yeah, a little sexier. I almost want to say the Mustang looks blue collar, whereas in the Supra looks like it's more white collar. But but actually the Mustang was more expensive than the Supra. And let's see here. What did I say to 0-60? So on this one here, yeah, this price on the Mustang was $60,000, and the price on the Supra was $50,000. That's getting up there either way. When you're thinking about the new Corvette, the starting price is $60,000, which apparently, my understanding, is not going to be very many of these limited edition cheap Corvettes, and they're actually losing money when they sell it at $60,000. Apparently, they need to be at least $80,000 to break even or something. So that's just to get them on the street. I don't know, get some attention. But anyways, that would probably be, well, if you're going for purely performance, the Vet would be the way to go. It's definitely faster. But in these case, this Mustang goes 0-60 in 4.2 seconds. It has 526 horsepower, so it has more horsepower by a lot than the Toyota. But the Toyota on this one was faster by 1/10 of a second. That's really nothing, you know. And they had the R-Type of the Mustang GT 350, which does 0-60 in 3.9 seconds, but that's apparently a pretty big jump in price. So, they don't really compare. Which one do I like more? I like the Toyota. I'll tell you straight out. I like the Toyota better. I just think, I don't know, for some reason it speaks to me more, and this is completely subjective, because they're both going to be great cars. I like Toyotas. Well, then again, this Toyota has a BMW motor, but generally, I like the Toyota reliability. I just like the way they drive. And Mustangs, they drive good too, though. I've driven some Mustangs before, some older ones, and they drive great. But I think it's almost a character personality thing, whereas I tend to generally bond with the Toyota. I can get into a Toyota and just kind of like bond with it and know it's going to work. It's going to work well. It's predictable and all this stuff. So myself, I like the lines and the cleanness of the Toyota. And but I still, if I were to borrow a car to go to the track, it would definitely be the Mustang. And the Mustang would kill the Toyota on the track, I think. We're supposed to anyway. It's got all those like I said, aftermarket type parts on here, and it's got more horsepower, but it's slower 0-60. I don't know. But my guess is the Mustang is it probably even drives in a sense better, because it actually won the GT 500, which is an upgraded version, of course, with the supercharger on there. It's like the best driving car out there, period. I think it tied the Porsche 911, which is like the benchmark of all performance cars. So, anyways, that's my take. They're both great cars. The guys over at Mark Jacobs Toyota were great, because they came out and greeted me real fast because I was in a hurry, and they got the keys to the car. I'm surprised I didn't start it up. What was I thinking? Because I was in a hurry and my brain was just like rushing. But they were really cool, and I'm going to give you the contact information on the bottom. I'm not going to give it to you. And I was going to do the same thing for the Ford guys, but I'm not even going to tell you who they are. You know what? I'll tell you what. I went in there and said, hey, nice car. Guy was right there, because he was actually sitting by the door. And he was a nice enough guy, but he ran over to get the keys from the manager, and the manager said, no. So, you know what? I'm not going to even promote that dealer. There's another dealership near my house, and I'm going to go to them next time. So there. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and check out my buddy over at, I'm going to get the card out. Let's see, is this it? Yeah, Mark Jacobs. I don't know if I can pronounce his name, but I'll write down on the bottom. Where's the camera? There it is. That's the guy. So tell him I sent you. If you go down there and buy something, a Supra, I want my 5% commission or something. Or not. But I'll put down the information down below because they were nice enough to let me inside and outside of the car, and I think they'll let me drive it next time if I had more time. So thanks for watching. Paul's Take.